Welcome to episode 6 of the Grid and Grind podcast. My name is Justin. Jacob is off to, well, he's that direction, somewhere over there. I don't know. I'll figure out these fingers at some point.
Uh,
Jacob's next to me. Ryan is, he's supposed to be
MIA.
here,
We're
but
looking for him.
he's on assignment. Last I heard, he was at daycare, and maybe they didn't let him leave. I don't know. Um,
The mustache.
yeah, I must ask you about it. Speaking of.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
uh,
know, new look. We'll get into that later.
yeah. All right. We'll let that slide. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Does a ton to help us out. We are a ragtag bunch of guys. We provide primarily free iRacing learn to drive videos. We have a free Dark Horse Mustang GT4 league on iRacing. My daughter Sydney also races in real life, and we're hoping to get Jacob and myself back on track next year in a go-kart. So anything you guys can do there definitely helps. If you guys are looking for any type of driver coaching, we do both IRL apparently, which I'll talk about, as well as online driver coaching through iRacing. So if you guys are looking for any help from there, hop on over and we're happy to help you guys. Stop by our website, grab some merch, whatever it might be, team53racing.com. It's also on the bottom of the video if you're watching on YouTube. So, Jacob, saw
Yeah,
you Friday night. You were up here.
I did. I came up to the land of Wisconsin, and
Yeah, not to be confused with
we
Wisconsin.
no, definitely Wisconsin. That's how us Flatlanders pronounce it.
Yeah,
Um, we watched your daughter race, Sydney,
yeah,
race a little go-kart action. We got her a nice little personal best on the weekend.
we did.
So really good time. Should have some videos up on the old YouTube um, for doing some laps here pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully one of us will get those up. You know, it's always cool seeing you. It's kind of
Mhm.
bittersweet because it's like the last time you'll be coming up here for a race this year. Sydney and I are supposed to come down and see you here in a couple weeks to go to a high limit race, so we'll see you again before the end
Yeah,
of the year. But it's always a little sad. Or it was a little sad for me. You just left
yeah,
right from
I
Road
shed a
America.
tear.
You didn't come
I did.
back. You know, I didn't really feel like got to say my proper goodbyes, but
Yeah, we didn't get to debrief in the truck.
right. You didn't get to hear Sydney talk for an hour and 45
Yeah,
minutes home. Dad, I'm
yeah.
I'm
I mean, she
hungry.
said,
You missed out on frozen custard at Culver's. So
"Oh
we
yeah,
we stopped in Fond du Lac on the way home, and the Culver's there, I will tell you, does not have adequate parking for a 2500 Chevy and a 24-foot trailer. So we had to park in the strip mall parking lot that's next to
there it
Culver's.
is."
Um, which had a check cashing place and a laundromat and all kinds of good stuff. So we got our custard. Normally we would go to Culver's Cottage Grove, but it wasn't on the way home, and we were both really hungry. So we grabbed that, and then we got to the quick trip that we stopped at no last time when Sydney and I went up. We stopped at that quick trip and we had quick trip cheeseburgers for dinner. So shout out quick trip, you guys kind of made our night. I got some gummy worms too. You missed out on gummy worms.
Oh,
Just all the good stuff. But
I had the powdered donuts in the morning,
you
so
did have the powdered donuts.
yeah.
But no, I mean it was all in all, looking back on it, I probably should have changed my approach to the day and really looked at where she was back in May when we ran this layout because they changed the layout for the track. And if I had looked at that and saw that she went from a minute 1 to 57 seconds right out the chute, I probably would have been a little happier, but I
Mhm.
kind of got caught up in like comparing her to, where her friends were, the people
Yeah.
that we've been helping, the entire summer, kind of where they were, and they were all faster than her. And so I really felt like I needed to be a little bit harder on her today than what I normally would have been. I don't know. I mean, she responded in the final, and she had a great race. Started sixth, finished fifth, I think.
Hmm.
So it was a pretty good final for her out of 8 karts. She held her own. Like she ran a great race. She didn't spin out. She didn't go off track. Um, I felt like she really learned a lot, and she talked to me about how afterwards it really felt like she could tell how much she was under driving the cart before.
I think that was something we really
Yeah,
kind of got on her about was you have to drive the cart.
right,
You have to be on the wheel, you have to be aggressive. And when she did that, she went about a second faster.
right.
She went from like that mid 57 to a mid 56.
Well, and a lot of it too was, just getting her to pull. There's a right, left, right, where they're like 90 degree, 90 degree, all the way back around to the front stretch, 270, whatever that might be.
Hmm.
So it's a really technical component coming down to the front stretch, which carries you up a hill that takes you up 50 feet. So for her, like the single most important section of the track is that last section. Like you can be absolutely terrible everywhere else, but if you're really good in that last section, you're good around the track. So getting her to kind of see that in a different way and how to approach that differently, I think that was really key. And it's really nice. I mean, I always love having you up there because you can go and grab different angles of the track and see
Yeah,
different things than what I necessarily can. So that was super helpful, I felt like, for her. I mean, just even placement where she needs to be on track compared to other stuff. But I think, too, what we found is we're maybe a little too good at helping people at the track. Like,
yeah, yeah.
um, I actually had one of the dads reach out to me after the race, and he said, "Look, I really appreciate everything that you guys do at the track, whether it's teaching the kids how to read data, kind of walking them through the data to tell them where they can improve, what to look at. And it's not super technical stuff, but it's stuff that I feel like we've really carried over from Garage 61 iRacing
Hmm.
into real life to be able to help them. Like it's the same stuff as when we're helping people on iRacing. It's the exact same.
Yeah, yeah. No, when you look at Garage 61, the program that we use for our iRacing telemetry, and then you can compare it to the AIM stuff. I mean, it's yeah, very, very similar. You
Yeah,
read the data exactly the same.
right. And I feel like the track map on the AIM data is really lacking, and that's I think
Hmm.
today where I kind of made the decision that next year we're gonna grab that other software for the year and try it out. Because
Yeah.
you can actually see, and the name of it is escaping me right now, but you can actually see on track with like a 3D lap snap. You can see with the Google Maps overlay of it from above, and then where your line
Hmm.
is around the track. And I think that'll be really helpful for her. Um, and I like too that it kind of gives you that green and red arrow on lap snap of exactly where throttle pickup, like where it's sensing that throttle pickup is and stuff like
Yeah.
that, so that we can kind of back that up. And you can use your iPhone, Android device, all that kind of stuff. So free ad
It's
for
a lot
lap snap.
handier.
Correct.
Yeah. A lot handier carrying around your iPhone, which you're already gonna have on you, and
Right.
then just being able to go to, your multiple people that you're working with and just grab their data real quick, and then you can sit down and debrief it. You can use it on an iPad for a bigger screen. I mean,
Yes.
it's yeah, I think it's gonna be really good to get that.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that'll be really helpful for her to be able to see, like when we were talking about positioning in the corners and where she needs to be and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I think that's really where we're going to see the biggest advantage for her is doing that stuff. But
Yeah.
it was a good weekend of racing. I can't complain. No damage, nothing really major. We lost a engine mount bracket underneath. I still don't know how that came off, but um, you know,
Yeah.
we've got a spare now, so we should be good to go. Hopefully for the last two races of the year. So we've got racing on Saturday again up at Road America, and it's a new layout. I think it's actually the layout that we ran the first time you were up here. This one was still a little bit different. And then Badger on Sunday with the classic layout that Sydney loves. So
Okay.
that should be helpful. It's the same layout that she ran last time she was at Badger. So we'll load the gear in, let her eat, and we'll kind of see where they are. But yeah, so apparently Jacob, like I said, we are now can consider ourselves driver coaches in real life.
Hey.
So Add
We
that to
were
the
sim
resume.
driver coaches. Now we're IRL.
Correct. Correct. No more no more of that. So Donny says he should be on here next couple minutes. And that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's head on over live streams this week. I saw we were live
Yeah.
already this morning. I think 3D
Yeah.
printing pumpkins, perhaps.
We got another pumpkin request, so we're printing out another pumpkin.
Pumpkin Day today.
Yeah,
Um,
and the whole idea about live streaming is just to get something out there, get content out there. It's pretty neat if you've never seen a 3D printer because it just creates these models out of nothing, right?
right.
Like it just kind of grows slowly. And this pumpkin, for example, that I keep glancing over at, it it's going to take a little over 7 hours to create. But if you catch some of our shorts, we do post the time lapses of them, which are condensed down to about 15 seconds, and you can watch the pumpkin just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they've been really popular. And I mean, we can
Mhm.
kind of take a little off the rails dive here into YouTube a little bit, right? So we've really kind of started concentrating on the Team 53 YouTube page, I would say December, January of last year.
Mhm.
And what we started doing was just learn to drive videos, the same videos that I was producing for our team guys and we were keeping private. We said, let's just let people watch those. And the content did pretty well. We had live streamed, like a Daytona 24, Bathurst 12 hour, like those types of things. We kind of knew where we were looking at with numbers, and like those would be really, really good. Um, but I will say that I'm kind of surprised by how well the 3D print stuff plays.
Yeah.
Like it,
Yeah.
it
I
does pretty
think
good.
yeah, I mean I think it's definitely something that interests people if they're just not familiar with it.
Right. And like, you can just kind of sit here and glance over at it every so often and boom, there's a little bit of love, whatever it might be
Mhm.
on there. So, but yeah, the shorts seem to be doing really, really well. It's always fun when people see those or, um, when people come up to you at the racetrack. We haven't had that happen since you've been coming, but first couple weeks ago, karting, we had some people come up and say hi to us and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
it's just, I tell people all the time, like, if you see me at the track, unless I've got my hands covered in Sydney's cart trying to go through something, come up and say hi. I don't mind. It's kind of cool. Creep Sydney out a little bit. Just it's weird
Oh
for her,
yeah.
but I'll take it. So 3D printing pumpkins. What do we got? Anything tomorrow on the agenda, or just kind of wait and see
Believe it
attitude?
or not, more pumpkins.
More pumpkins?
So more pumpkins are popular right now.
We're gonna pay off this printer real quick with just with
Pumpkins, a lot of
pumpkins.
pumpkins.
If
Yeah,
if
got
if
that
you're
pumpkin money.
Yep, if you're listening to this podcast and you want a 3D printed pumpkin, join our Discord. Should be linked in the description below, and shoot Jacob a message, and he'll get you something
You want
printed up.
jack o' lanterns? You can do jack o' lanterns.
We
I
can
can
do
do
that.
pumpkins.
Ghosts. We got the ghosts, the pumpkins,
Ghosts, a lot
jack
of
o'
ghosts.
lanterns. Can you do
Yeah.
skeletons? Do we have a skeleton
Yeah. I'm sure I can find some
or a
skeleton.
skull at least?
Something. A
A
skull.
little
Yeah.
skull action. I was thinking last night that like a glow in the dark ghost would be kind of cool, but like
Oh.
if you could retrofit it to fit over like landscape lights or something for people,
Yeah. Okay.
or
Yeah.
something that you could put like on a stake to put down in the ground, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Glow in the
Yeah.
dark. I don't know. Sits out all day, gets nice sunlight, glow, for a few hours at least at night.
The ghosts that we were printing last week,
Yep.
those are meant to go over a little tea light. So
Yeah, so it wouldn't be that hard.
yeah.
It'd be easy. A professional like you probably have that whipped out in
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
what, 20
Amateur.
minutes?
Amateur creator is what I
Professional
am.
like you. Ah, professional. Let's talk about 007 custom gaming PC. Speaking of
Mhm.
professional 007 custom
Oh,
gaming PCs. If you're looking to get into sim racing and you don't know where to start, head over to the Team 53 Discord, send Jacob a message. He runs 007 custom gaming PCs. The biggest thing with Jacob versus something store bought is that you're not going to get oversold something. So if
Yeah.
you can't afford top of the line processor, he's not going to sell you the 5090 graphics card because it's just going to be a waste of money. So head on over. He'll get you kind of hooked up, give you a nice little baseline. He can also walk you through kind of some of the sim components, the various sims that are out there, what might work best for what you're trying to do. So that would be really cool if people could start hitting him up a little bit harder for that. But
Yeah.
um, Darkhorse Dash was this weekend, your first
Yep.
race.
First
So
exhibition race. Yep. Had a pretty good little turnout for the first one.
yeah,
I know we're missing you.
yep.
We're missing Ryan. But no, we had quite a few people there. Couple nice little battles. I won the first heat, and then Alex won the second.
Yeah, I heard you and Tyler were going at it a little bit.
Oh yeah, we had a couple good little laps in there.
All right, till you guys spun
I
out.
worked I worked him over, yeah, and then I spun out.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's what makes that car fun. We had about a 10 to 15 degree shift in track temp
Ooh, between
between the
race one and
start
two.
of the well, between the start of the day and then the end of the race, race 2. So,
Okay.
nice little track evolution there. Um, but yeah, it ended up being pretty good. We definitely noticed a shift in the balance of the car, but that's what makes it fun, right? You're
Right.
talking the Ford Mustang GT4, where we added some weight to it to mimic the Dark Horse R,
Yep.
and then we took the traction control away, just like the real life Dark Horse R. You still keep your ABS, but now you're kind of throwing around a 4,000 pound car with just under or right around 500 horsepower. So it makes it pretty fun.
Yeah, I started turning some laps for Lime Rock last night, just because I know I'm not gonna be able to make Sunday's race with Sydney being
Hmm.
up there. So I was like, oh, let's get a little prep in for that. And that was a little sketchy. Um, turn two, I think. Turn two, three, the left-hander after
Yeah,
the
the
turn one
left, left.
right-hander. Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
gets a little sketchy in there. But it seemed like if I kept the car more to the left, it was better for me. So we'll see.
okay.
I don't know where my lap time's going to stack up. I was a second faster than Tyler, so you know we'll see what happens
Yeah,
there. But
he holds back though.
yeah, I kind of figured he
He
did.
sandbags.
Yeah,
Tyler's sandbagging has to
you do
win.
too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you 100% do. I've seen it. I'll go
Eh,
from being like 3/10
just
off
a
you to
little
being
bit.
1.3 off. Yeah,
Just a little bit.
right. Um, but yeah, I mean, it should be a fun season. I'm pretty excited for it. It's fun
Yeah.
seeing paint schemes start to pop up in Discord for people. A couple people every so often hopping in and kind of letting us know that they're wanting to join. So let's head over to Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants race weekend recap. So I
Mhm.
think the one that we'll start out with is the one that we were watching at 5:30 in the morning from the road as we're driving to grab Sydney in the trailer, and that was Max Verstappen winning at Nürburgring in his
Yep.
GT3 debut. Um, it sounds like the plan, and at least from what I could see from that Sky Sports article that I sent, is
Yeah.
that Max has a desire to race more in GT3, but his
Okay.
desire only goes as far as Red Bull is not competitive next year. So it sounds like basically if the car is good next year, you won't see Max in very much else. But if the car is like this year, they will probably be in other stuff. Just kind of the gist that I'm seeing from it. I know too, we joked that who had Max Verstappen winning in a Ferrari on their bingo card before Lewis
Oh yeah.
Hamilton. Um, that was kind of an interesting component of it in and of itself. So,
Yeah, and to kind of add to that with, you said just depends on the car. The quote from that Sky Sports article is it depends on how next season goes with the new rules. It's impossible to say now if I can compete in other
Right.
things outside of that. And so I don't know.
The the
It's going to
thing
be
that
interesting.
So my kind of reading between the lines on that, we had the big controversy earlier this summer with is Max leaving Red Bull to go to Mercedes next year? Because Mercedes
Hmm.
is believed to be the front runner with the 2026 regs, right? And my kind of reading between the lines is Max said, I will stay, but I get to go do whatever I want.
Yeah, I think the armchair quarterback in us is very much that we would like to see Max Verstappen go do other things. Starting out personally, I could not stand him. But then the more that I got to see him over the last couple of years, especially with the sim racing stuff and what he's done with Team Redline and Verstappen.com, how he's bringing guys from the sim. His biggest one right now is Chris Lalum, who he competed with over the weekend. He brought him from the sim, put him in a GT3 car, and now Chris is succeeding, just winning the
Right.
Nürburgring race. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome to see that, and I would definitely like to see Max more outside of F1 and especially in GT3 cars.
I would like to see a good chunk of the F1 grid
Hmm.
outside of F1 cars. I think, you look at kind of the top drivers in NASCAR, and they'll go run other stuff when they
Yeah.
can, if their team lets them. You think about William Byron. He ran a bunch of super late model races. Chase Elliott's run super late model and pro late model races over the last couple years. Not as much, but he has. You've got Kyle Larson, who's always, it seems like, in something unless it's playoff season or something.
Hmm.
Christopher Bell has shown a big desire to go back. And
But
I
that's the big thing, right? Is
Right.
like you just mentioned the Hendrick drivers, which are pretty free to go do whatever they want. And it used to be, it since has changed a little bit,
Hmm.
that JGR was like, no, you can't go run dirt, especially.
I
So you're seeing kind of that
Yeah,
shift, but
I think
maybe,
a lot of Joe Gibbs' shift is because grandson Ty wants to go run the Chili Bowl and do all those
oh
things.
yeah,
And the only way that they can make justify that is, well, if he gets to do it, then we all should. Chase
yep,
Briscoe, he was big on it. I haven't really seen him run anything lately. Um, but it's just
yeah,
kind of an interesting take there. But getting back to Max, I mean, it's still a pretty dominant win. I like to preface it with this the group of cars that he was racing against. Yes, they are track pros. Yes, they know the track, but it was the equivalent of, I would say, a Kyle Larson, a Chase Elliott going back and running a weekly race at X, Y, and Z track across the country. Um, these guys are primarily club racers, I believe, is kind of what we found out, Jacob, with
yeah,
Nürburgring. It would be kind of a comparable to like your weekly super late model show, your weekly dirt sprint car show. Like that's the equivalent. So yes, it's
I,
impressive, but
y-
let's focus it a little bit.
yes, but I do think, I mean, very impressive considering. But if you go back to his first ever car or his first ever
Time there.
time
Yeah.
around the Nürburgring in a GT3, and he's setting the unofficial lap record, that tells you kind of everything you need to know. I mean, I think yes, who he was racing was, and I don't want to call him club level because they're still professionals,
Correct.
but I think even if you do put professionals out there, I think he's still going to win. He's still
Yeah.
going to be really dominant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just, I mean, with the onboards, it just looked effortless. I mean, he just flowed the track really well, managing the traffic. In that Red Bull car, you managed a little bit of traffic, but now he's managing cars that are much slower. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I think,
But I think that's
you
where
know,
iRacing helps is
mhm,
or even sim racing just in general, right, is you can pretty much go to those tracks, and if you've spent time, and from what little bit we know from Road America, that's kind of what we can take as our case study, right?
Hmm.
And we can sit in that one little corner of Road America and we can listen to shift points, and then we can come back and hop on iRacing, and the shift points are nearly identical.
Yeah. 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 No, I think if you really made the GT3 switch, I think um there'd be a lot of people kind of shaking in their shoes whenever they have to race him, because I think he could be a dominant force.
Well, and let's be honest too, he's never going to be in any equipment that is sub world champion level, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, and that's the other part when you think about this is, if these guys are club racers, yeah, they might have $250,000 cars, but there's things that you can do to a $250,000 car that are a lot easier when you have, let's call it, unlimited resources. You know,
Yeah.
that just kind of food for thought there. Still impressive,
Hmm.
doesn't take anything away from it, but just I think everybody needs to kind of keep that in perspective of
Time will
Max's
tell.
accomplishments. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Can he back it
Time
up
will tell.
again? So, Donny says he might be popping on here in a minute or two. Yeah, he's uh, he's just being really needy this morning. But while we're waiting for him to pop on, let's let's talk about Dale Blaney.
See his
Oh, look
cars.
at that, Donny popping on.
Oh,
There he is.
Camera
Uh,
turned off.
there he is. Hey,
hey,
sleepyhead.
hello, mustache. I must
So,
ask you a question.
Yeah, we got a mustache. We must
what is
ask you
that?
something. What do you think about Dale Blaney winning at Sharon?
Looks good.
Yeah, Dale Blaney
Yeah,
winning
that
at
wing looks
Sharon.
that wing.
Yeah. So what do you have to tell
Hmm.
us about that car? Did you learn anything about it?
No, I did not.
No. All right. I haven't
Wow,
Other
watched.
than
that
that wing
wing
was
looked awfully
absolutely
far over.
sideways.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
Yeah.
there's a dirt tracker video from over the weekend. If you guys are on YouTube, look up dirt tracker, and there's a video from over the weekend that they put out about Dale Blaney's car and pointing out all of the we'll call it irregularities in the way that that car was constructed. Bush making an appearance. You're just loading him in your lap.
Yeah.
All
Hopefully,
right.
we'll see. He was trying to eat my cookies.
All right. Um, it's not the first time you said that, but all right.
There we go.
uh,
Gonna leave that one alone.
yeah, we'll go from there. But we were
Too
talking about
early
Dale
for that.
Blaney at Sharon. Big props to him. Old guy winning. That's Ryan's uncle, right?
Ryan's uncle,
Yep, because Dave is his dad.
Dave Blaney's, yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
Dave
Okay.
and
Blaney's
it's
brother.
Allmendinger's hauler or bus driver, I believe.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh, wow.
There's some
I
info
think
for us.
either him or Stenhouse, because
That's
I
what I
had
needed
seen a
this morning.
tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie
That's
spitting
why I came
facts and then
in. Hey,
he
Tom.
backs it up. He's like, wait, no, maybe I'm wrong. Let me Google it real quick.
Hold on,
I'll
hold on.
I'll put it out
Hold on.
there.
Dale Blaney, the father's friend of the caterer at
Yeah.
my wedding.
There you go.
Unofficial.
Unofficial.
AJ Allmendinger, my bus driver is a wheelman. So pumped for him. There you
All
go.
right, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. All right. Well, from one bus driver to another, let's go to Landon Pembledon winning the Valley Star 300 at Martinsville. Um, I did not watch very much the race. I saw the highlights. Donnie's frozen with this little face going on right now. Oh, there he is.
Clip that, chat.
I have no idea.
Oh, he's
I don't,
frozen again. Oh,
I don't know. Maybe my internet's going bad. Um,
No, it's
no,
but
not
fine.
you.
all right, Landon Pembledon wins Valley Star 300. For those of you that don't know, one of the biggest late model stock races of the year was held over the weekend at Martinsville. Over 100 plus cars, I believe, entered the race. They whittled that down to 28 and then two provisionals, right?
No,
No,
40.
40.
40, no provisionals.
There we go.
So
Um,
10 from each heat.
so we joked on Friday's show that the only driver that Jacob knew was Ty Majeski and then Daniel Silvestri, who he had raced in an iRacing League race and beat at South Boston,
There it is.
his home track. Um, so we joked about that, and then we said Peyton Sellers, which holy airball. And let's just say if you're gonna take Donnie's picks, probably fade him, because Peyton Sellers didn't even make the race. So that was a holy airball. But his former current quasi teammate Landon Pembledon won, so we weren't too far off. We just had the car number wrong. Landon now becomes a two-time winner of the Valley Star 300. I think the biggest thing from the night was Tristan McKee, who we know from iRacing, right hooked Sam Yarborough on the straightaway. And Tristan is kind of backtracking it, saying, like, it wasn't intentional. I just thought it was clear. The spotter drives the car, etc. What are kind of your guys' thoughts?
No, the spotter doesn't drive. I don't see the spotters up there with steering wheels in their hands.
It's true, but
I mean, am I right? Or am I
if
wrong here?
so this is going to be an interesting dynamic. So for those of you who don't know, Jacob has spotted for me in real life in my late model when I raced last year. And from a driver's perspective, I will tell you that if your spotter does not tell you car low, looking low, whatever it is, you're just going to turn in, and it's your corner. But you also, I mean, that's kind of looking back, right? So you're behind you. Yes, I would agree full well the spotter drives the car. But when you're looking out your windshield, you gotta know where your front bumper is. And he is way too experienced, in my opinion, whether it's with super late models, pro late models, or Trans Am cars, Arca East. He is way too experienced for that to be a legitimate excuse in my book.
If it was corner entry, I could understand. Not right at the flag stand.
Yeah.
It was straight
That's
away,
the
and it was a
biggest
hook.
thing. Yes.
Yes.
It's a and that they said it on the broadcast too. Whoever was behind him was still like 2 car lengths back. He had all the time and space to try to tuck behind
Yeah, and I
as
get,
quick as
he's trying to get to
possible.
bottom, but still, it it was a tough one. But Donnie, did you think it was a good race?
No.
No.
The ending was good. Like the last little bit. I mean, the Pembleton versus Pulley,
Oh yeah,
everything
Donnie's.
else up till is it bad?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we'll make it work.
No,
Pembleton
you're
versus
good.
Pulliam.
We're
It was
getting
good
good
battle.
shots here of your face.
um, that was about the only highlight of the night. I think everything else was a low light.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a caution fest.
Donnie's
I mean,
out on Valley Star 300.
it was a wreck fest this year.
It's
I think
fair.
the ending was pretty good. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, Landon kind of moved Lee a little bit, and um,
Well, Lee
Lee tried giving it
apparently,
back,
yeah, Lee
and
moved Landon originally, is what I heard, and then
Mhm.
Landon kind of fed it back to get the lead, and then Lee tried, and I mean, it's not that hard to junk somebody at Martinsville, so
No.
he tried to politely move him, and just Landon
Yeah.
was anticipating it.
But I mean, both
He
guys went
also
over after the finish and
Right,
hugged each other,
Mhm.
congratulated, and it was pretty respectful. I mean, it's really respectful, all things considered.
right.
So, just two
I
racers
mean,
racing.
Landon was gonna blow the corner as well, though. His entry, he entered essentially on pit road. He entered all the way on the bottom and was gonna blow it. Unless he
Yeah.
slowed
Well,
way down,
I mean, it
because
was
that's what
100%,
I had
100% a
seen
defensive
someone
line.
tweet out. Correct. I had
yeah.
seen someone tweet out if Lee didn't move Landon, he might have had a better shot at winning. Because Landon taking that low entry, either was gonna have to
Pushed him
slow
out to the
way
outside
down
line.
either was gonna have to slow way down or blow the corner, and then
Mhm.
Lee running into Landon kind of slowed him down a little bit. But if he just avoided Landon at all costs, he probably would have been able to sneak underneath him.
Yeah, it's a tough
Yeah.
one. I mean, it's
Hmm.
and you have to drive Martinsville like that if you're going to defend. You've got to take that shallow entry and keep your wheels straight so that when they get up underneath you and they lift that rear end, your car
Hmm.
just doesn't automatically loop around. So, I mean, I don't I don't like it, and you guys have heard me say this. I don't like it when you have to move somebody for a position because it's just not I don't know. But it's the way Cars Tour races. It's way late model stocks race. I don't like it, but it's the cards that were dealt, and it's the hand that you have to play in a late model stock. They're just so
Yeah.
momentum based. I think I saw a crazy stat that like the pole time for this Martinsville race was like a tenth off of the Cup pole time, which is absolutely wild to think about that they're running pretty much the same speeds as the cup cars around that place. You know they don't have this much straight line speed, so they're just carrying it all through the corner,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting. Um,
Yeah. I just watched it over again here, and it it just looks like Lee goes into the corner. He could definitely make it low, but it's almost like he hunts out the bumper,
Exactly.
and
If
and
if
that
he didn't
carries
hunt
him
that,
wide.
yep. If he didn't
Like,
hunt out the bumper,
yeah. I don't know. It we won't,
made for a good finish at least.
yeah, exciting.
I definitely wanted it to run out. I didn't want it to stop short with what 35 to go. I think was the last red flag,
yeah, for
something
rain.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple red flags for rain, which makes it a tough watch.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Xfinity Series at Kansas. Um, I'll tell you, race winner Brandon Jones wasn't even in the top like 10 of the betting odds from Friday's show.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is
Somebody
which
made a
is
lot of money.
which is wild though. If you look at his Xfinity wins,
He's just,
he is dominant at Kansas, really good at Phoenix, and really good at Darlington. Look at where all his wins are.
yeah,
Kansas, Phoenix, Darlington. And
he
maybe
hasn't,
one or two sprinkled here and there, but
where has he been all season? Like, I don't remember the last time I heard Brandon Jones's name mentioned,
When he was in a JRM car.
other than like wrecking this year. I feel like he's just been like almost invisible.
where is he? Well, he made the playoffs, correct?
Right. I mean, this is his second win of the year. I don't remember the first win. um,
Yeah, what was the first one of the year?
11 top 10s, 6 top 5s, 1 pole, 1 DNF. Average start at 10.9, average finish at 14.3.
He won Darlington earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darlington in the spring.
Hmm.
And then just, I mean, super inconsistent all season long. You know, really, it's either been checkers or wreckers for him. Nothing really like, you know, maybe a 10th or an 11th place finish, but then it's like a 28th, 22nd, 32nd, 23rd, 18th. Like, there's just, I don't know, no consistency in looking at his lap times. But congrats to him on a big win. Connor Zilic finished second. He broke a 41-year record. I think it was for, what was it, rookies in the series, top 10s or something like that. And
Yeah,
then,
except by, was it Ard?
yeah,
Yeah, I believe
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So, and then Big Country finished third, Austin Hill. Um, so, I mean, it kind of makes sense that he would do it on a track that's very similar to a super speedway in terms of how you drive it.
Are
So,
you guys just curious about where Austin's Hill career is ever gonna go?
Nowhere.
I mean, I look
allegedly,
at it and I'm like, when do you give up on the RCR pipe dream?
what?
Because that's what he's sitting in right now. He's sitting in the RCR pipe dream. He's waiting for Kyle Busch to leave or for Austin Dillon to leave?
I mean, at this point, he's 31 years old.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was gonna get at. He's not a prospect. He's 31.
How many years has he spent in the Xfinity Series?
ooh, 2019, he made his Xfinity Series debut for Hattori Racing in a Toyota. So he was part of the Toyota development camp for a while. And then 2021, he moved over full-time driver for 2022 for Childress. So he's been there since 2022, which it seems like it's been forever. But it really hasn't been that long.
Feels like longer. I mean, I remember when he was in the truck
140
series.
races over 7 years.
Right. But, some of those were
Yeah.
Hattori,
I don't know. I
part-time,
just look at it and
full-time.
I go, what are you just gonna sit in this car for
Matt
however
Crafton,
long it
Justin
takes?
Allgaier.
Yeah, or are you just gonna be Justin Allgaier?
I
But I mean, Justin Allgaier, and I'm biased here.
mean, Allgaier went to
He
Cup
kind
for
of
a little bit.
owns the gatekeeper. He owns the gatekeeper role, right?
Yeah, he's
Like
the
he's the
veteran
measuring
presence.
stick.
Yes, he is the
Yeah.
veteran presence. And unlike Big Country, he really has a good head on his
Can we
shoulder.
stop calling him that?
He has a good head on his shoulder. What's wrong? You can't handle
Big
that?
country, like just.
That's his nickname, Big Country.
Oh, I don't care what his nickname is.
Uh, just,
Is Tony Frozen?
no,
Oh,
Oh, there he
he's
is.
just
There's
broken.
life.
He's just broken. That's all it is. But
Big Country.
he doesn't.
Get him off my screen.
Austin Hill doesn't. He doesn't drive like a veteran. He still makes kind of those dumb 24-year-old, 18-year-old driver decisions sometimes. And maybe part of that is to try and prove that he belongs in the Cup Series, but it just I don't know. It never seems to work out for him. But
And that's why he'll drive that car till the end.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Busch, he's got to be getting ready to retire. I know he's got his plan with Braxton, but man, it's tough to watch if you're a Kyle Busch fan right now.
Not you. Oh, I'm sure we'll get to the Cup
I mean,
race.
it's tough even if you're a Kyle Busch spotter,
The spotter was wanting to jump off the spotter stand. I mean,
Allegedly, yeah.
keep it positive up there.
It's tough. It's hard out there for Kyle Busch right now, but you know who it wasn't hard out there for this weekend? Chase Elliott.
Oh yeah, and
There
that's
we
why
go.
we're rocking the mustaches right there,
Yeah.
Ryan.
No, that's not why I'm rocking my
Yeah,
mustache.
that's why we got him on.
I'm not a Chase sexual.
Oh, I am a Chase sexual.
We know you are.
Yeah.
My name's Jacob, and I'm a Chase sexual.
Yeah. Clip that.
Yeah.
We could actually
Oh
probably
yeah.
we could use that for Jacob's new Discord intro when he logs in. They don't have to hear my voice anymore.
Wait, hold on.
That's
I
it.
mean, I'll get this in here. Oh, we don't have the recording on this side,
It'll,
do we?
it'll be up in
that
a little
sucks.
bit, Tony. We'll be all right.
I'm gonna be out of town for the next 2 days.
No, that's okay. But we had Chase Elliott
mean,
winning what I'm calling it a thriller.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing I love more than somebody trying to wreck someone else to win than them
No.
not
it wasn't
winning
just someone
it.
else.
Well,
It
hold
was
on.
car owner wrecking
Yes.
their driver.
Yes.
So who their driver is 12th in the playoff
It must
and
win.
could have made it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you didn't think that Denny Hamlin didn't have any brain cells left, this just proves that.
I texted you guys immediately and I said I've never been happier for a Mickey Mouse win than that win.
I don't. Was it Mickey Mouse? He was the first car on 4 tires.
That's
Hold on.
Had
First
Zane
car on
Smith-
4 tires, and you saw an aggressive Chase Elliott drive the wheels off that car.
Listen, anytime Mickey Mouse wins in that fashion, I'll take it.
Mickey Mouse won because, like we just talked
because
about, the
No,
owner and
no,
driver took each other out.
he
Yes.
backed into a win. To
Oh, you
borrow a
can't do
phrase,
that.
he
Nope.
backed into it.
He drove the wheels off that car.
Listen,
No.
yes, he did drive the wheels
Well,
off
yeah.
Hey,
that
Denny
car.
Hamlin. Are we going to talk about Denny Hamlin attempting to hook him? Did you see
Well,
how
I
far
did.
Denny Hamlin came
It
off on
it
exit?
did give me shades of
Yeah.
Austin Dillon. That was immediately I
Yes.
remember watching it and I was thinking, I'm like, I turn left now. Denny's
Yeah.
going
I
back to
turn left
sensitivity. He's
now.
going back to sensitivity training.
Uh,
I remember that
but I
one
mean,
too.
again, Denny Hamlin, biggest idiot out there.
Yeah, I would say, in terms of dumb moves of the week, I would probably put that above Tristan McKee hooking Sam Yarborough.
I think we're approaching Chris Wright levels of dumb.
Ooh.
Chris Wright back in McNally next weekend.
Or
Oh, well, there you go.
or do we put it Juan Pablo into the jet dryer levels? I mean, where
Oh,
we
hold
at?
on a second. He broke
That
and ran into the
yeah, the brakes
Yeah.
went out on that one.
Yeah. There
Uh,
just happened to be a jet dryer there.
yeah,
There you go.
tough spot for a jet dryer.
Uh,
Um, but no, I mean, that Kansas race was saved by a green white checkered, by multiple green white checkers. You don't have the two green white checkers, it's nothing.
was it who spun out? Was it Hocevar that spun out and kind of landed on the track? And then they waited about 30 seconds as he's beached on the track to call a caution as he's sitting there spinning his
I
tires.
remember looking up at the lap ticker because I was watching on my phone, and I remember looking up at the lap ticker, and there was like 7 to go, and they were under caution. And then the next time I looked at
Mhm.
it, it was 4 to go under caution. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
They were saying
100%.
something with they wanted to push him back. They couldn't, so they had to try to then hook him up. Something along with getting him back to the pits. They tried to push him. He went back a little bit. That didn't work out. And then that's when they were like, "All right, let's hook you up."
I
I
think
know
they need a
there's
better
something with the tow truck system or tow truck deal was the problem.
I think they need a better protocol for this.
For flat
'Cause
tires.
just in general in this situation, like, it should just be if you can't drive it back, you get X. We don't attempt to push you, then we don't attempt to drag you, and then we don't attempt this. Like, it should just be, if you can't drive, you get X,
Yeah.
instead of us driving around in circles.
They did that, and then the teams complained because then they went multiple laps down where they could just push him back to the
Well,
pits. So
if your
the
driver didn't suck.
the biggest issue remains the underbody in relation to how low the teams are riding them on the track. That continues to be the issue. Is when you get a flat tire, there's not enough of a gap to keep that underbody
Well,
from getting stuck.
teams have the options to implement the air jack system. It's
Why wouldn't you
optional.
run that? Yeah, but why wouldn't you run that?
They don't get to pick where they put the weight.
Maybe.
It just seems like in that type of
Yeah, but all
instance.
all the cars are for the most part the same.
Yeah, you still, but what Jacob's saying is you can't put your weight ballast that you would use the weight from those weight jackers, then you can use in a weight ballast in different parts of the car. Whereas if you have those
Yeah,
jackers, then it's a defined spot where it has to be.
yeah, that makes sense.
So then you just make them required. You make them
Correct.
required, and the tow truck has 4 tires on it that as soon as the car gets back to the pits, then
Just pop a
they
little
have
dolly
to,
under it.
you know, or you just do like the space savers.
The Heelys. Give me some Heelys under the car. You get a flat, you push the button, it pops out, and you get your little skateboard wheels to at least let you get pushed
Oh,
back.
that sounds like a great idea, Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, let's do that. That's all we need
Yeah,
to do. Give me some Heelys.
thank you. You know what? We should send that suggestion to
You
NASCAR.
know what? Maybe somebody from NASCAR is listening to this. I won't even charge you guys for that idea. You can just take it. You can have it. I'm on
You
record
know what?
as
This is a
suggesting
perfect time
Heelys.
for sponsor for NASCAR. It's sponsored by Heelys.
There it is. There it is.
You push a button, they shoot out, and off you go.
The flat tire caution. presented by Heelys. Have won a race.
Wheel your way back
Back
to
to
the
pit
pits.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
there it is. But no, I mean, it's kind of your typical NASCAR race. You can watch the first 20 laps, take your nap, wake up, watch the last 20 laps, and probably still have time to take a nap because there's going to be an extended caution somewhere in that final 20 laps.
Maybe we should shorten the races by 80%.
Whoa, no, you can't do that because you got to
Whoa,
have the track rubber in to
Hmm.
change to have any hope of having a good
track
race.
evolution. Yeah.
Because, heaven forbid if we had more than one, maybe two companion races on a weekend. We can't do more than that.
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't also help when one of your companion runs a completely different brand of tires.
Yes. But I mean,
Well, I mean, does it really matter in that when they're running 15 seconds off pace on a 30-second lap?
yeah, we didn't even talk about ARCA at all.
Didn't
I
even
mean,
watch it. All I know is Butterbean won. That's it.
That's
for you got most dudes out there running on 4 cylinders.
Jacob, is this going to trigger you if I talk about Butterbean climbing the fence after the win?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
because
yeah.
this was
After
a
a damn
trigger
ARCA
moment
race,
at the
climbing the
house.
fence like he's Tony Stewart. Like, really?
As
Just get
we're
off the fence, take your checker flag, go back to pit road,
as
go
we're
to the
enjoying a
victory
babble,
lane.
Jacob's getting
Yeah.
extremely
Yeah,
mad.
well, Butterbean's 8 wins this year puts him in Heim time territory, Zillage
Don't.
territory.
No.
Oh,
You're
a
comparing
10
And
winners off.
Butterbean and
arguably,
Zillage.
arguably, too, Butterbean is in a more competitive field in
He
ARCA.
is not. Don't. Why? Because there's
Because,
moving chicanes on track?
well, no, you've got
No,
you've
you've
got
got
a
more
Gibbs
other teams
car,
coming in.
you've got the Chevy. Oop, what's Bush after back there? You got
Oh yeah. Ooh, we got action.
yeah, we're getting a
Uh,
bug, maybe a
Probably a
bird.
bug. Yeah.
All right. But you
Get
got
Bush.
you got the Venturini cars, which I know the Venturini cars are transitioning over to nitro, so they're not quite as competitive as what they were. But you've got the Gibbs car, you've got the Chevy cars. Um, it's a little bit more competitive ARCA field, like it or not.
Hmm.
Certainly the cars from 10th on back could probably just be parked. Um,
There's only 10 cars out there.
you know, it's it's a little rough when on a mile and a half track you're seeing guys go 10 laps down and not have had problems in the race.
Yeah.
Like, and that's with cautions in the race. So, how it's
12
just
cars finished on the lead lap.
yeah.
That's better than normal. Usually it's a single digit.
Yeah, you get
Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's a
yeah,
more competitive field.
considering it's a green white checker, I mean the 3.6 seconds back. I mean,
There you go.
it's yeah.
3 seconds off, you're getting lapped about every 10 laps at that track. That's that's rough for some of those guys. But
Jeff
Yeah.
McConey not finishing last, but 11 laps down, got beat out by his
he actually
close competitor Alex
that's
Clubb, who
actually
was
his
10 laps
that's
down.
his car owner actually who is in it for
Oh,
the
is it?
points. So we could
Yeah.
discuss potential race manipulation if we really wanted to get the car owner a little bit better points to keep them up a little bit higher to get that car a little bit more money at the end of the year. But
Talking
McConey
about
was on
Jeff.
4 cylinders, Clubb
We're
was on
talking.
5.
no,
We're,
they so
we're talking about Jeff McConey here, but
what they did at Club was they got a former Marine who had a bunch of small sponsors and stuff to to do the car for Bristol. I think we talked about this a little bit. So they went from their Ford engine, that the legacy Ford engine that they had been running, and they got an Ilmore spec engine for that '03 car. And they completely rebuilt the car, built a new one of it for him. And he went out at Bristol, and he was so slow. NASCAR asked them to park that car. Um, so you know, it is what it is. But
Just the joke that Arca is.
those are
Sorry.
scary.
yeah, I mean Kansas is not that difficult of a track to drive when you look at it from a driver perspective. So But I will say they finished the race, right? And that's
How
something
many laps
that
did they run?
100,
I
150.
see.
100.
I mean, a good indication is that 29th finished 101 laps down.
Right.
So
So
this race ideally should have been 30 laps.
Yeah. What are you thinking? A lap per car plus one?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the ARCA
I
rule?
had the
Lap per one
suggestion
per
like
car plus one?
every two laps, whoever was in last place got eliminated. Like
Yeah.
they got black flagged.
Jacob
And
wants
you
it to
just
be
worked your way
a
all
Stoops
the way
pursuit.
to where there's only one car left.
Yeah.
Uh,
all right. On that note, I gotta bounce.
Oh, we were just gonna get into V8
uh,
Supercars.
Ah, not stupid cars.
All right. Where are you going
See
no,
ya,
today?
Leo.
Is it mechanic day today, or are we?
It's mechanic day the next 2 days.
All right. What do you guys got
So
cooking? Can you talk
testing.
about it? Okay.
oh boy.
It's
What
gonna be
what
run
illegal
in the
parts are
car.
you taking?
Me.
You're the illegal part.
I don't know.
Wow, that
It's
is.
just
I didn't know they wanted to run slower.
Yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't bring us internet. That's all I got to say.
It'd be worse
well, we
than Portland's internet on pit
lost
road.
about lost internet about 10 minutes ago because homeboy was trying to jump at the Ethernet cord.
Oh.
So
There it is.
yeah,
That's
Hey,
why.
if
I
you
was like,
need
this is
some
not gonna
cord
end well.
protectors, I got some for you. I got about 50 feet of cord protector if you need it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they protected Dad's oxygen line.
Yeah,
Now
if
they
you
can
need it.
protect your internet.
Now, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, if you need it, I can bring it for Daytona. But
That's if he doesn't turn into Chinese food by then.
whoa,
Oh, hey, oh, whoa.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's not me.
Allegedly.
Oh,
That's
is
not me saying it.
Carrington's
Ryan,
not
before you
happy?
leave, just remember pictures go on the wall,
Not
not on
on
the
the
floor.
floor.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you guys have labels on the drawers?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's one of the off-season moves I'm thinking about making for the trailer is putting some labels on the
Labels?
drawers. Yeah, that
Do
way
I
when.
need to come up for that?
I mean, you can.
I mean, I feel like that's the only way it's going to get done right.
Between now and April, well, probably. Let's see if the first race is like April 7th. Let's just say I'm probably not gonna start on anything till April
April
5th.
6th.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So we'll have to get that figured out. But we'll let you go, Donnie. Thanks for popping
All right,
in.
boys. Of
We
course.
appreciate seeing your pretty face.
I'll see you
See you,
guys
Ryan.
Wednesday, maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't know if we'll do a Wednesday show this week. Probably Friday.
That's fine. I'll be here.
Seemed to work pretty well for our schedule last week. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Have
Gig.
fun, Donnie.
Toodles. I will.
Adios. You know where you can
Later.
find us.
All right. Now we've got V8 Supercars.
V8 Supercars. So big news
This.
in V8 Supercars.
All right, V8 Supercars presented
V8
by. We
Supercars.
don't have a sponsor for V8 Supercars, so if somebody wants to sponsor this segment, get in touch with us.
V8 Supercars. So big news. We got some silly season action.
All right.
We have a new manufacturer joining the league, and with that is a lot of change ups with the lineups. So we are looking at both Cam Hill and Bryce Fullwood and James Golding all announced exits within the last week. Hill announced a deal with BJR, Brad Jones Racing. Golding announced a ride with Blanchard Racing Team. Now, big thing about those two sign-ons is Hill and Golding both are lead drivers for their current teams in the championship points. So
So,
those teams are losing their best drivers.
so would this be like, are their teams the equivalent of, like, what's the NASCAR or IndyCar comparison that we can pull to them? Are they front runner teams? Are they back marker teams?
They are mid-pack. So they are
Okay.
mid-pack.
So they're going to be like the Legacy, the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Now BJR, typically a lot of these teams they'll only run two cars.
Yep.
BJR runs four.
Whoa.
So they have two teams. They're switching over to Toyota.
Okay, so Toyota's the new manufacturer.
Toyota's the new manufacturer. They're switching over to Toyota. So you're definitely going to see them hopefully up near the front, battling it out with your Triple Eight, your DJR, some of those. But with that battling out, though, we do have Mount Panorama coming up.
Okay.
So Bathurst, not this weekend, but next weekend. Um, in my local time of Illinois, it is October 8th through the 11th. So Wednesday through Saturday, you get 4 days of action.
Ooh.
Ton of stuff on track. You get everything from you're looking at touring car masters. These are kind of your older touring cars. You have your GR Cups. I know you're a personal fan of the old Toyota
I do like
GR.
a grade 86 on
Yeah.
iRacing.
One of my personal favorites, the old Super Utes. Those are fun to watch.
Yes.
Battling wheel to wheel. Of course, your Super Twos. You do have some Porsche Cup, some
Ooh.
P Cup in there, and then the main cars, your Repco Supercars.
Okay.
So nice little mix. Bathurst is. I definitely place it in one of my personal top 5 tracks out there in the world. It's a really fun track to watch. It's a really fun track to race. If you ever hop on your Forzas or your iRacings or your sim of choice, it's really fun.
Yeah. I mean it's probably one of my favorite road courses anywhere.
Hmm.
It's just it's so technical, but then you kind of get a little more laid back action coming down the hill with the big drop and stuff like that. It's just I don't know. I've always loved it since the first time I saw Darrell Waltrip try and go down it in a two-seater V8 supercar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. Um,
it's an awesome track. If you've
so
never seen it, type in Bathurst Lap of the Gods, and that'll have you hooked on Bathurst.
yeah. So with these driver changes, they don't go into effect until January essentially.
Yep,
So we
new
won't
season.
see, there won't be any changes for this upcoming race.
Correct. And I talked about just some of the changes. We're still looking at about 7 empty seats. So
Okay.
there's still 7 seats that need to be filled, and that's Team 18 has a seat, Matt Stone Racing has a seat, BJR still has a seat, Erebus Premier, they still have their 2 seats open, and BRT still has a seat open.
Now, didn't you
Blanchard
say
Racing.
one of the teams was switching from Chevy to Ford?
So yeah, so Triple Eight is going from Chevy to Ford. That's a big move. They started out originally as Ford,
Yep.
then they got picked up by GM, and now they're going back to Ford.
And that's the
That's a big
team.
move.
That's the team that SVG drove for too.
Yep,
So
yep,
they're going. That would be probably the equivalent of Penske going from Ford to Dodge and then back to Ford.
yeah, yeah. Or Hendrick. This would be equivalent to Hendrick. Hendrick going from
Well,
Chevy to Ford back to Chevy.
Hendrick has always driven. Okay, so Hendrick moving to Ford and then coming back. Okay, yep, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Okay.
um, so yeah, no, definitely some pretty big shakeups next year. It's just gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, Triple Eight Ford. I mean, that's interesting. So who's running Chevy next year? Team 18,
Yeah,
Matt
so next year you're gonna
Stone,
have Team 18,
Erebus,
Matt
Premier,
Stone Racing,
Premier.
Erebus, and then yep, Premier.
Okay. So Toyota will have four cars. Ford will have six, eight,
Toyota's
10.
gonna be at six cars because
Toyota's at
Waukesha
six.
and Andretti also
Oh,
went
they're going to
Toyota.
Toyota.
Yep,
Okay.
they were
That's
a big
interesting.
Ford team. So you kind of see like you saw Waukesha and Andretti. Ford, they go to
Right.
Toyota. That leaves a vacancy at Ford, which then Triple Eight picks up. But the big one is so AAA is Ford. That would be
Yep.
your kind of Hendrick equivalent. And then you have DJR, which is be like your Penske equivalent, very competitive. They're at Ford. They used to be kind of the lead Ford team.
Yep.
Now AAA becomes the lead Ford team. So it's going to be interesting to see how the resources pan out there.
Right. No, definitely it will. It's just I don't know. This stuff's always interesting to me, and I don't really pay enough attention to really know kind of how their season looks. If it's like when does their new season start for 2026?
So their last race, which is going to be Adelaide,
Okay.
is November 27th through the 30th. Is it's that weekend. Their next season is going to kick up. You're looking at Bathurst is typically the opener, and that is, I believe, in February.
But that's not the 1000. That's a
It's
different
not the
Bathurst.
1000.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. You know anything else about
yeah.
supercars?
That's it right now. We'll have some more storylines as Bathurst weekend comes about. We should be a couple days into racing when we do that Thursday, Friday show. So we'll be able to report week of
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to give
live
some
action.
info there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's just like NASCAR. I mean all forms of motorsport that kind of have their silly seasons, and you got to kind of watch those things. So it's definitely interesting. If you guys are looking to learn more about supercars, etc., join our Discord. We can probably get some kind of chat going if there's enough people that want to talk about it and follow it. Um, we can kind of go from there. I think there's a couple of guys from Australia in there that
Hmm.
might kind of we could spark up some interest there with them. But yeah, what's on TV this week? It's a pretty light week on TV. Flow really doesn't have anything till Friday. Dirt Vision really doesn't have anything till Friday either. So we'll start out with our friends at Flow Racing. Lucas Oil's Pittsburgher is this weekend, Friday and Saturday. I believe USAC's at Terre Haute Friday night. And then Mars Dirt Super Late Models, it's the Fall Frenzy at Fairbury. And if you guys have never watched a Dirt Super Late Model race from Fairbury, you are missing out. It typically produces some of the best racing that you will ever see in your life. So I would definitely check that out. Check out a video on YouTube if you can find one. That's always a lot of fun. Saturday, Flow has Milk Bowl from Thunder Road. That kicks off. So Thunder Road is a paved asphalt track. It's in Vermont. It's a pretty cool track. The walls are painted green. If you've never watched it, I would highly recommend you do. It's one of my favorite tracks to watch on Flow. And then Saturday night, Cars Tours at Tri County, which always puts on a little bit of a cluster. There's usually some pretty good wrecks in that. A lot of tempers are going to start to flare here as the season winds down. So might be worth your time if you watched Martinsville. Sorry about that. If you watched Martinsville and you enjoyed that, definitely consider watching Tri County. So Dirt Vision, Friday and Saturday, World of Outlaws at Williams Grove. And then Friday night, World of Outlaws late models are at Humboldt Speedway, and Saturday night they're at 81 Speedway. So those uh, those might be worth your time. And then, like we said, we've got Supercars coming up here in a couple weeks to watch.
Hmm.
I don't think there's too much on endurance race wise this weekend, is there?
No, no.
Okay. We'll have some more stuff on Friday's show if anything pops up. Obviously, Cup, Xfinity, all that stuff. NASCAR will be on too as well. But just kind of some of those smaller series that maybe don't get as much love in the mainstream. It's always nice to promote those. But if you guys have made it this far, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Join our Discord. Should be linked in the description of the video, or there should be a link to it if you're on Spotify. Check us out, 007 Custom Gaming PCs. Head on over, grab your Team 53 Short Track Season Pass if you're on iRacing, or if you just want to help support us with some merch, whatever it might be. We're always happy to enjoy that. Jacob, you got anything else real quick?
That's everything.
All right. We will see you guys hopefully Friday, maybe before. We'll have to see. There's a lot going on this week behind the scenes. So we'll see what we got going on. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next pod.